The Antonov AN-225 is the largest aircraft. I am not even going to say was, because I really do hope that we have another one in the future. Sadly, the last remaining AN-225 was destroyed due to vandalism recently in its own home country, Ukraine. And hopefully there's a way to get it back. And one of the ways that you can help get this aircraft back is if you buy this aircraft on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's like $19.99. Microsoft has said that all proceeds go to the potential rebuild of the AN-225. So hopefully the Antonov company will be able to maybe make that a reality in the future. This thing comes complete with a fully openable nose door, and I didn't know, but apparently this aircraft does not have a tailgate, kind of like how the C5 Galaxy can open the tail and nose. But I want to welcome you guys. Thank you for joining me on this channel. This is Dr.X42 Gaming. We are going to take this beast off, and since it's so new to me, I actually don't know what all these buttons do. And there are a lot of them, including four control stations behind me, so we're going to use Control E to start our engines and get this thing ready to fly. Now, looking back here, you can see the other four control stations, and there's a hallway that really doesn't have much in it. I tried strolling back there, and it's kind of, yeah, there is a door to be able to go down into the cargo bay, which was kind of cool. So with that being said, let's get some permission to fly.
Dr.X42 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 28 right using taxiway Charlie cross runway 19er right Charlie cross runway 19er left Charlie. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
We are at the San Francisco International Airport, and we are right now waiting to take off. Now just look at the 737 in front of us. This thing is dramatically different. I am using the paint that comes with the Aviators Club that really I think looks really good. This is not one of the original paint schemes that came with the aircraft. This is one that Microsoft threw in there because they've got the Xbox Aviators Club and the just Microsoft Aviators Club. So I chose the Aviators Club at this time. But the size difference between these two aircraft, you can see it really is staggering. And this was the heaviest aircraft ever to have been flown. It's crazy. Now, as I was taking off, the sheer weight of this aircraft became very apparent to me because I had a hard time keeping it on the runway. You can see that I'm trying to adjust the pedals and everything. I actually don't have pedals. I use a little pedal flapper on my throttle stick over here. But I finally got this bird into the air. Now, I was being careful not to pull up too much because the first time I did try to fly this aircraft was just an hour before I took this footage, and I crashed the aircraft very promptly on trying to take off because I rammed the tail into the ground, thereby destroying the aircraft. Now, I was impressed with the slowness of all the actuations in this. Like, it takes a shocking amount of time to open and close the front nose cone and the cargo bay, and it takes a little bit of a time to extend and retract flaps and deploy or raise the landing gear. So it's a fair beast. Although I don't know if this is true to the actual aircraft, it is surprisingly good at handling the input that you put in from the joystick. So when I would bank or turn, it turned really nicely for me. Now, we are headed for just a little jaunt around the bay of San Francisco, and I couldn't help but do a low flyby of, well, semi-low flyby of the Golden Gate Bridge, and the day or timing of when I did this was beautiful. I love how the water looks and how the bridge is reflected, and oh, it is just an awesome shot right there. Oh, I like it. Anyway, one of the things that I noticed while flying this aircraft is the shockingly similar look of this aircraft in relation to a swallow-tailed kite. I mean, can you see the similarities between these two? The swallow-tailed kite had to have been part of the inspiration for the Antonov AN-225. I am impressed by that. I don't know if that's actually a true thing or not, but sure does have a very close similarity to it. Now for some fun facts. The AN-225 measured at 275 feet and 7 inches in length. It stands at 59 and 5 inches tall, with an impressive wingspan of 290 feet. Now, an American football field is 300 feet. That is nearly the same size. That's shockingly large for an aircraft. It is powered by 6 Progress D 18T high bypass turbofan engines. The aircraft can carry 559,580 pounds of cargo. That adds up to nearly 254 tons. Wow, oh my gosh. And it has a range of 9,600 miles. It can fly at a ceiling of 36,000 feet and cruises at an average of 500 miles per hour. It will reach a top speed at 530, but it cruises at 500. It took 32 wheels for this aircraft to be able to be supported on the ground. And half of the wheels on the rear assembly actually articulated to allow for steering on the ground. That's crazy. What really caught me off guard was when I saw that it set 110 world records all at the same time, which in itself was an additional record. Like, that's crazy. While I mentioned earlier that it could carry a maximum of 254 tons, it actually was originally slated for 225 tons, which is why they called it the AN-225. The AN-225 was also featured in a movie, specifically the movie 2012, which is really kind of cool. But all in all, as cool as this aircraft was, there was only one that ever actually flew in the skies, because while there was 2 that were attempted to be built, only one was built to completion. And it seems to me like when I do my research on this aircraft, I cannot find the fate of the one that actually flew, or is the fate of the one that flew the one that got destroyed in Antonov, Ukraine. It's hard to tell, but regardless of, both aircraft have ceased functioning altogether, and one of them was destroyed during conflicts in Ukraine, and that's really sad. But in terms of Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is a beautiful aircraft to fly. It is a little bit easier to keep in the air than I would have given it credit for. And you can actually see from this landing, like, it has a nice, good, smooth slope to it. I did find that when I touched down, I'm pretty sure it's my front wheels that touched down long before I hit or touched down with my rear wheels. So it was a weird landing for me. Don't mind the fact that I almost took off the tail of another aircraft there, because apparently while I was doing this particular flight, the ATC stopped talking to me and it wouldn't let me try to request landing at the airport, so I just kind of chose to land the aircraft. Yeah, but that worked out. I've got to admit though, I'm not entirely sure how much $20 helps, but I'm proud that I am hopefully part of a future reconstruction of this aircraft or a larger aircraft from the Antonov company. I think that aviation is a good thing in our world, and I really want to see the innovativeness of our future engineers and what they can come up with to provide transport across our planet. I mean, we do have a decently sized planet, and aircraft seems to be a good way to transport us around it. So it will be sad if we don't see another aircraft the same size as the AN-225. But like and subscribe if you liked this video, and have a wonderful day. Bye!